I'm Bambi Francisco. When it comes to internet video, it often takes more time to search for them online than it does to watch them. So if you're trying to easily find video shows or movies on the web, you might try Clicker. Joining me to talk about Clicker is Jim Lanzone. He is the CEO and founder. Jim, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So Clicker is essentially a TV guide for web videos, anything streamed online, whether television shows or movies. And so it's essentially a video search engine. Maybe I'm wrong, that's not the right term for it, but there have been a number of video search companies out there: Blinks, Sidereel, Fancast, ClipBlast, TrueVio. They may or may not compete directly with you, but what is the main differentiator of Clicker?
Right. Well, video search has existed for years, and in fact I'd say most people really don't use video search engines as the way to find programming to watch online. And the reason is that it's just too scattershot. It's back to 10 blue links and you get linked to the homepage of a website, but that's not where the video really is, and it's not really organized in any way. What we built with Clicker is a big database, essentially, the way you might find on Wikipedia or Yelp or IMDb, and that we took all the broadcast programming that was available from all the networks and cable companies, and then all the videos on the web that are the equivalent of broadcast. They may be down a vertical that wouldn't have its own cable station, but they're sufficiently good that you might watch them on your television if they were available there. And we put that all in one big catalog that you can just navigate by category. You could search it. And so it's just very, very easy to find the way it's all laid out. So that's why people, I think, have called it the TV guide. Although there is a search component to it. We come from ask.com. We have a search background. There's search technologies that support it. But the presentation of it is not traditional search. It's much easier to navigate. So
is that the problem? I mean, since 2006, since YouTube came about, pretty much in 2006, Did you look at all of these video search engines and say they're just doing it all wrong, they're not getting us there, or what did you learn from them? And is it just about the organization of the content?
Not all wrong, and even YouTube was one of the things that we were kind of founded against, in a way that they weren't organizing it all the right way. Because if you try to search for something in any vertical, tennis or cooking on YouTube, what you'll get is a lot of clips and excerpts. If you search on a regular search engine, you might get illegal content. Someone needed to actually filter all that and almost be a noise cancellation machine and say,
right,
what is legal, what is full length, what's actually coming from the source, from NBC itself, that they're putting out there to watch, so that you don't have to be confused and trying to track it down everywhere. The other big difference is that, as opposed to a search engine, which is just crawling the web and saying, hey, what's out there, and then trying to make sense of it, we actually go and decide which sources we are going to index. And then we hook our technology up to those sites, and we take all the information from those sites, the title, the air date, the actors, the description of the show, and we put them all in a format. So, for example, Charlie Rose has been on 6 different websites over the past 15 years with his shows. There are 2,500 episodes available online right now. And at Clicker, we structure them by season, by air date, also by popularity within each show, within each season, so that you can just much more easily find out what's available.
And the other sites, just like, let's say, ClipBlast or TrueVio, just...
Well, I don't know anyone individually, but what you would get traditionally in video search would be a link to Charlie Rose's website, or to one video out of thousands.
You launched last fall, and I think you started off with 300,000 episodes, or you had about that, unless you have 600,000 episodes now of shows.
Right.
And those are of television shows, not movies, or you have movies as well?
We have movies as well. So it's about 650,000 episodes of either television or web original equivalent of television. Vader might be one of those. And then you have about 50,000 movies that are available for streaming from Netflix and Amazon. We'll be adding iTunes in the near future. We'll also be adding the things that are coming from the cable companies themselves, like Xfinity, things like that. And then we also have about 50,000 music videos. So those are coming from MTV, or they're on YouTube, or Vivo, which is the new service. So they're all in one place.
What do you take step from? Did you say Hulu as well?
Hulu is absolutely one of the biggest providers of content on the web. We also have all of the people who own Hulu, NBC, ABC, Fox, and so we'll typically be linking to those sites first, since they're the actual owner of the show, and then to Hulu as well.
And do you, I guess, what's the most popular content on your site? What percentage of your viewers are watching, or your audience watching Hulu, or do you send to Hulu?
Yeah.
Or?
It varies. So if you have the State of the Union, the CNN live stream tends to go up. During healthcare, the healthcare debate, both CNN and Fox live streams were two of the top 10 shows. And then you'll see the ones that are kind of making noise, like the South Park episode about Tiger Woods was one that was flaring up. So they are. You'll see both major television shows, especially ones that are big with fanboys, like Battlestar Galactica or Fringe or Lost. Those tend to do very well online. And then we also separate out in our trends section. You can see not only what's popular overall on TV or in a vertical like comedy or documentaries. We also break it down by what's trending in web originals. So I think Ben Stiller has a parody of Live Strong that I think is #1. It's called Stiller Strong.
Oh, that's funny.
So
that's funny. What's your traffic these days?
Oh, we're 4 months in, so we didn't, and they're private, so we don't really talk too much about that. But we're, I think the last we reported was 750,000 users a month on our own site. We also have apps that are available on internet TV applications like Boxy or Glide TV or Pop TV. And so you'll see us doing more and more of those as well, where you can use Clicker almost as the universal search for any of those services.
And how many views are you getting from Boxy?
Boxy, well, they'd have to tell you their traffic, but it's good. I mean, Boxy has had a great year. They did very well at CES, so they're going. But we're, I think we're really happy with where we are. 3 or 4 months into it, and we're still kind of in the first inning. I feel like internet television-wise, you're starting to really see all of the major players in cable and network television really starting to understand what they want to do on the web. You're starting to see the TV Everywhere project take off with the cable companies.
How do you want to partner with them, the big cable companies or the big networks?
We're talking to all of them. What's good with Clicker to all content providers is that we are not trying to compete with them to be the place to watch it. We're purely the atlas. We're the map of where all this content sits online, and we help you navigate it, we help you discover it, but we're not trying to be the place where you watch it. So we're not competing, and so they like that. At the same time, we're the only ones who have mapped everything. So not just the things that they own, but all of the things on the web that are watchable. And so we'll work with them that way as well. If it's, to the extent these things are fragmented across multiple services, we're a lead generation opportunity for them into their services, right? So into Netflix, into Amazon VOD, and then eventually all the TV Everywhere.
Okay, well, you moved into the business model, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the business model. Jim, you're going to stick around. I've been speaking with Jim Lanzone. He's the CEO and founder of Clicker, which wants to be the TV guide or online TV guide. It's also raised $19 million in venture financing. I'm Bambi Francisco.